Greetings, friends, and welcome to Trizity Traveling. And I'm watching my final Hawaiian sunset before heading to the airport. Before I get to the airport, please take a second to click the subscribe button, hit the reminder bell, and you'll be notified of future content. Flying Hawaiian Airlines this evening. I do have a flatbed, so my plan is to have a welcome beverage when I get to the plane and take a nap. Anyway, should make for an interesting trip report, so let's go. Beginning today in the open-air pickup area at the Princess Kailani Hotel. Uber to the airport, where I discovered that, like my home airport here in Boise, Honolulu International Airport, or I should say Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, is pretty much dead after 8 o'clock. At least it was on this particular day. Electronic check-in kiosks. Most of the Hawaiian check-in desks were deserted. I ended up finding a desk kind of behind me from this check-in kiosk. All bags are subject to agricultural screening, I guess to make sure you don't take plants or dirt back to the mainland. I'm not quite sure what they're screening for, but after tagging my bag, I dropped it off at the screening location. More on that to come later. I think my ticket gets me access to the lounge. But I think it closed at 8. It is 8:20. So I got 2 hours, so let's go see if it's open. I guess I will just go sit by the gate to find something to drink. Very parched. Well, I managed to find a snack shop, which is good. I don't know if there's going to be any service on the flight. It is a red eye, so I believe the expectation is that most people will be asleep. I believe I will be one of those that are asleep. Boarding began about an hour before flight time. And as I mentioned, here is a secondary agricultural screening section. Seemed like they were looking for fruits and vegetables in your carry-on bag. Regardless of what they're looking for, pretty quick through the secondary detector of some sort. As I mentioned last time, top tip, I would probably sit in the extra comfort section right behind the first class. Gives you kind of your own little private cabin. And as I make my way up to 1A, pillow, amenity kit, and the flatbed. The amenity kit had an eye shade, earplugs, and some headphones. There is a service, it turns out, a light snack. At least that's what they called it. Love the pre-departure beverage, sign of normal. Nighttime departure, so not a full video, but a great view of Honolulu and Waikiki on the departure. I can even see the hotel I stayed at. Getting set up for service, and I plan on napping, sleeping once service is completed, so skipping the iPad. I'm super tired. It's going to be a long day. I don't remember what everything was. Japanese pickled vegetables. The fresh food is easy to identify. Then sesame rice and a pork stew. I think I can have everything except for the pork. My single serving friend used to work in a restaurant, he tells me. Knows what celiac is, so should be good to go. It's like a white pickle. I don't know what vegetable that actually is, but it's pretty good. And interesting little snack. The Japanese pickles were new to me, unique. crunchy, so that made it pretty good. The rice and the fruit I had were very good. I don't think the pork would have been good even if I trusted it. It looked pretty tough. Your experience could vary. Time to nap. I think we've got a little more than an hour left. The flatbed, while uncomfortable, apparently I was sleepy enough because last time I checked the clock, it was 11, and now it is 2:24, close to 3 hours of sleep. I think our flight time today was about 5 hours, so that would give us about 1 more hour to go, and probably a half hour, then we flipping the lights on and getting everybody up and ready to land. Turns out my math was pretty accurate. The lights have come on and we're preparing to land. Really be nothing to see until we are on the runway, so probably no arrival video.
This was the first flight that I've had a flatbed seat that I actually wanted to sleep.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hawaiian Airlines would like to welcome those passengers that just arrived on HA4 from Honolulu. You may retrieve your bags on Carousel 31 in Toronto B.
Let's begin the rant now. Like many travelers, I had this impression that I'll get a flatbed seat, I will get some good sleep, I will wake refreshed, and my travels will be much, much better. Turns out, at least on this particular trip, that was not the case. This flatbed was not provided with a mattress pad of any sort, and as such, it was sleeping on a board. I did get some, I'll call it rest. I don't know that it was full sleep, but I did not wake refreshed, and I did not really enjoy the experience as a result. I found myself to be extremely disappointed in this result. Like many of you, I went into this flight thinking the flatbed would solve my long-haul overnight travel problems. Turns out it didn't. So I learned quite a bit on this flight, so if you're looking to fly long distances overnight and get a flatbed, it may or may not be that fantastic. Just gonna warn you up front. I actually found my premium economy seat on Singapore Airlines, which was a recliner seat, to be much better than this. I got much better sleep on that flight than I did on this one. Granted, that was 15 hours and this was 5. Before booking a flatbed, take it with a grain of salt and keep your expectations appropriate, I guess. And just to be clear, I would always rather sit in first class than sit in economy, regardless of the comfort level of the flatbed or the regular seat. If you've had a different experience, please share that below. I'd love to try out a really comfortable flatbed seat because I didn't get it on this flight. Enough ranting. I'll conclude this journey next week, and I will be taking you to the Delta Sky Club and the very, very full Delta Terminal 2 at LAX before heading home to Boise. Thanks for watching today, and until next time, happy travels.